what's up? This is Chris from The Longest Way, and it is hot. I don't think it's hotter than yesterday, but it feels hotter because the whole place looks like this here. There's nothing. Just nothing. Okay, there's a lady. I don't know if you can see her. Carries a parasol. Probably gonna hitch a ride on the road there. And there's some houses over there, but really next to the road, there's nothing. Yesterday there were trees, places where you can find a little bit of shelter. And not today. Well, but that doesn't make it bad, does it? It's just hot, and it's gonna be a lot hotter later. I'm a little bit worried, actually. If everything goes according to plan, you know, holding my thumbs there, then I'll be in Turkmenistan at around June 20th. Sounds like a Star Wars pod race. Yeah, I'll be in Turkmenistan at the end of June, beginning of July, which is the hottest part of the year. It's gonna go up to 40, 45, 50. I don't know, I'm supposed to do that. I'm German. I don't know. But we'll see. We'll figure something out. And then there's going to be the driver with me, so should be okay. Dude in a car with lots of cold Mountain Dew, Dr. Pepper, maybe some yogurt. That'd be nice, yogurt. Always crave yogurt, like cold yogurt. Well, anyway, yesterday I walked to a small village which I totally forgot the name of, but I walked there and I asked the dude in the restaurant if I can park the caboose there, and he's like super suspicious. He's like, "What's in there? A bomb?" And I'm like, "Yeah, of course." And then he's like, "Let me see your passport." And I'm like, "Dude, are you the police or what?" And he's like, "Nah, I just want to see it." So we look at the passport, and he's like, "When did you enter the country?" And he looks at the stamp. And then we look at the inside of the caboose to make sure that there's no bomb. In the end, it was okay. I was allowed to park the caboose there, but it just felt weird. Yeah, and then I took a cab back to Bukhara. And today in the morning I came back to the village, picked up the caboose and started walking. That's what I've been doing, and now I'm out here. There's not much going on. It's about 2 in the afternoon, the hottest part of the day, and there were some restaurants back there where it just came from, but I didn't want to rest there because I felt I hadn't done my, you know, like a proper piece of walking. Because it was only like 12, 15 kilometers until there, so I figured if I take a huge lunch break now, then I'll feel bad later. So I figured it might just, you know, keep walking. It's a little bit like the carrot, you know? You just keep holding out the carrot of lunch in front of yourself and going like, "I'm gonna have lunch soon, I'm gonna have lunch soon." Well, and now I'm here. And there's no talk of lunch anymore. I would give a lot for just a tree to stand under. Sometimes I remember in China when it was really hot, they had desert roads that were a lot higher than the surroundings. I figured to keep the sand from just kind of swamping the road, or if they have like water sometimes, and they had you know, the road is on like this this elevated wall basically, and they had little holes, little tunnels going under the road, and sometimes I would just sit in one of those tunnels because it wasn't that hot in there. Just because of the shade. That was nice. Now the problem with tunnels like that, at least in China, is that there's always going to be shit down there. There's always going to be some smart ass who's like, oh, I gotta take a dump. Oh, that's a nice tunnel. I'm just gonna take a dump in there. And I'm like, dude, like the place is so big. Why'd you go into that tunnel? It's like, oh yeah, nobody sees me down there. Yeah, but I see your shit if I go in there to just kind of hang out and escape the sun. Thanks, dude. There was like one time in the Gobi Desert, people have been telling me about a shelter car, like you have to think of it as a sort of a train cart, like a train wagon, as big as a bus, and it just kind of stands there in the desert. There's nothing around for 100 kilometers in each direction. So the thing stands there and it's really solid. It's made of metal. It stands there, and then it's apparently like a shelter, like an emergency shelter. You can just go in if like a sandstorm or something happens. So I'm like, yay! You know, people have been telling me about that thing. I'm like, hell yeah! I'm gonna hang out there. I might spend the night there. And I go in after 100 kilometers of nothing. I go in and it's full of crap. It's just turds everywhere. And I'm like, dudes. Like, honestly, that's disappointing. That's just so disappointing. It's like the whole thing about how you treat the public space. I don't know. I think it's what communism did, or has been doing, or however you want to call it. The whole illusion of calling oneself communist if you're going to be really rich. It just kind of leads to people saying, well, I don't give a shit. It's public space, so that means I can violate it. I must violate it because I get violated in my own space all the time if I'm not careful. So whatever is public, I'm just gonna violate the hell out of it. I'm just gonna poop everywhere. And it's really like, when I first got to China, I was like, man, these people are dirty. Like, how can you live with streets that are that dirty? There's like trash everywhere. And people just go like, oh, have me some candy. Candy wrapper, boom, on the floor. I'm gonna have a bottle of Coke. A Coke bottle, boom, on the floor. Just everything. I'm like, man, they are dirty. Like, they have no concept of hygiene. Obviously, what are you gonna think if they don't give a fuck about the public space? And then you enter a Chinese person's home, the private space, and it's so clean. It's so much cleaner, I would say, in most cases, than German homes. They won't let you enter with your regular shoes. In a German home, most homes you can just kind of go in. The street is not that dirty. The home is not that clean. It's like, you're not gonna, step into anything like overly disgusting outside, so you can just kind of wear your shoes and walk into my living room. But in China, that's unthinkable. Everyone knows the public sphere is so dirty, and everybody knows that the private home should be like an oasis of cleanliness. So they go to an extent where you have these slippers that you wear as soon as you enter the house. So you must wear those slippers. You cannot wear your regular shoes from outside, which is okay. And then they have an extra pair of slippers for the bathroom, because they're like, the bathroom, lots of stuff happens in there, so we're gonna keep that to the bathroom slippers, and the outside slippers are gonna be like the outside slippers. And it's like the whole thing is, it just goes to show you how like they value cleanliness, hygiene. But you can't see that in the public sphere, and that's just a failure of public policy. It's a failure of government. It's like if you have a people that values hygiene and cleanliness so much in their own space, and you can't get them to value it at all in the public space, then you failed being the government. Your education, your trash policies, like in any aspect, you failed. And this is what I saw there. Why are we talking about China anyway? Have a good day. Dudes and dudettes.